listeners. I was thinking, I've been doing my podcast for over a year, and I haven't said a whole lot about witnessing, but first I wanted to talk a little bit about social media. I'm not real big on social media, but the Lord had kind of urged me to get into, after Twitter, I guess, turned to X or whatever. I got on there, and I felt like the Lord had wanted me to get on there, and I'd done that episode, with Rashia, and the Lord kind of wanted me to put it on there. I felt like, and I hadn't been on it, so I signed up and got to looking at it, and I put a link to the Rashia episode on there, and some days later, I got some ladies on there that were following me on Twitter, and I don't know, if all of them, were legit, but I know some of them had commented that they liked the episode, so I got, some followers and all. I'm not sure about all of them, but I know some of them were affected by the episode because, of the comments and everything. But, later I was looking at Twitter and saw this post from Russell Brand. He's this, I don't know if you know who he is. He's this English media, I guess, personality. But he's also, he was an actor, and the only movie I can think of that he was in was that Get Him to the Greek. He was that kind of crazy English guy. I never saw it, but anyway, he's a podcaster and he was a stand-up comedian. Anyway, I think he had been accused of some sexual assault by some women or something, but he's kind of a crazy guy. He would talk to, ask people on his Twitter account, and I think his podcast, that different things. But I think at first, when he was trying to find some kind of spirituality. I think at first he was like a Buddhist. I never knew it, back then, but then he started, he was trying to. I think the Lord kind of contacted him somehow, and he was trying to, become, get some kind of faith. And at first he was kind of leaning towards Catholic and all. But I think later on, he might have got saved and everything. But, he would ask all these questions online and, on the Twitter, and I probably his podcast too. But I remember on podcast, he was asking followers questions and all. And, he would ask them, about their opinions on different things. But the question that I replied to, this is what I was trying to get to, was, why do you think you need to be saved? But my answer, I started looking at it, and at the time, I didn't know, how much he knew about Christianity or all. So I thought, well, I'm just going to kind of go, not so much, just try to get him to think about the entire process and all. But I said, my answer is something like this. I said, we all have eternal souls, I said, so when your mortal body passes away, your soul, goes on. It has to go somewhere forever. I said, and forever is a long time. I said, our finite minds can't really grasp how long forever is, But anyway, I told him, you're better off being saved by the Lord. I said, give him a chance. And I sort of left it, like that. I didn't I didn't know, you know, how much he knew about the Christianity and everything. But I know that I don't really know if he read my comment or whatever, but I know later on I saw that he was getting baptized by that guy, Bear Grylls, that has that show on TV. Well, he's some kind of survivalist guy. So I hope he got saved and everything. But the thing I was getting to, you know, people seem to like that comment, you know, that I made. I think it was just, you know, I thought it was kind of out there. I just, you know, stuck it on there, but people sort of liked it. And I found myself using it again on another person that I didn't know a whole lot about Christianity, but I just, you know, I talked about their soul, you know, and how, you know, after we die, our soul lives on, you know, forever, and being forever being, you know, such a very long time. We can't even kind of grasp it, you know, and everything. But we need to, you know, concern ourselves with, you know, where our soul is going, you know. And that was just the start of. But it does get a conversation started, and I've used it a couple of times talking to people. And it was interesting how that all started on Twitter. I just wanted to mention that. So from there, I'm just going to, you know, say that, you know, as Christians, we need to, you know, be witnessing and all. We need to share our faith. You know, and if you have a relationship with Jesus, you will want to let others know. You know, we don't always want to do this, and sometimes the Holy Ghost will urge us, you know, to reach out. And that's when we really need to do it, you know. And we'll be glad we did. You know, the Lord will help us, you know. Don't think about it, just act, you know. Don't let that doubt come in. Remember, you know, Jesus gave us the commission. You know, now I think about that song by Cain. You know, go tell the world about me, you know. But I want to read Mark 16:15. And he said unto them, go ye into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. So, you know, we need to get out there and tell the good news to everyone, everywhere. You know, some of us, and, you know, sometimes I'm included too, you know, we're not, you know, we're just sitting around not doing anything. This is not the great suggestion. It's the great commission. Let's do what Jesus wants and commands. You know, we need to get up off of our seats and do something, right? Okay, now I'm going to read 1 Corinthians 2, 1 through 5. And I, brethren, when I came to you, came not with excellency of speech or of wisdom, declaring unto you the testimony of God. For I determined not to know anything among you save Jesus Christ and him crucified. And I was with you in weakness and in fear and in much trembling. And my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words of man's wisdom, but in demonstration of the Spirit and of power, that your faith should not stand in the wisdom of men, but in the power of God. This was Paul, you know, talking to the church in Corinth. You know, he was speaking to him, and you know, he was a very smart man, and he could speak effectively, but he was saying that it wasn't through his speech or his wisdom that converts the heart. The message itself, you know, that was centered on Christ and the Holy Ghost who convicts the human heart. That's, you know, that's where the power was. It was simple yet so powerful, and that's why I chose that verse. Let's remember, you know, we can always give our testimony. And that's another way to witness to people. As Christians, we all have a testimony. I have an episode on testimony if you get a chance to listen to it. And Pastor Susan Engel gives a good message on it. So that's podcast plug number 2. Let's try to witness to people more and get the word out there. Do like my friend at church, Vince. He encouraged people, witness to them. He's almost 80 years old, and he's trying desperately to get the word out there. I have an episode on him too, podcast plug number 3. But let's get out there and witness. I know I need to do more. Even if we drop some seeds on someone, they might grow, Let's try not to worry so much about what people think and just tell them the good news. Things are going to get dark, so we got to stand firm. Okay, guys, until next time.